Okay, people, been a while since I've done a video. Just couldn't be asked, to be honest with you. I'm going to do a quick shootout today of the deranged master, which is a range master clone, Dalsop range master clone. All the people back in the day used them, but most famously, I reckon, probably Brian May. And he's used a derivative ever since in his sound. I'm going to shoot it out against a Freya Treble Booster Deluxe and the Catlinbread Gallileo, which is allegedly Brian May in a box. The pedal is designed to be the front end of an AC30 being pushed by a range master. What I will tell you is this: they're not the actual pedals, they're clones that I've built from kits available from a company called Fuzzdog Pedals based in the UK. Absolutely fantastic, cheap as you like, super satisfying to build, don't take too long. If you can solder, you can build one, and they're great to build. They are direct tracings from the circuits, so they're exactly what you'd get if you went and spent 200 quid on the Freya Treble Booster Deluxe. Instead you spend 30 quid and, you know, little money for something really cool. I'm going to be using the red special as well. This is my standard Brian May patch that I've got going on here. I know it looks like there's loads going on. There's virtually nothing turned on at the moment other than we've got this in a minute, which is the range master, the effects loop for the other two pedals, a noise gate, because the external pedals are stupidly noisy. That's just a volume control to just to silence it, basically. Then we've got our AC30. I wish line 6 would do the normal channel. Speaker cabs with low and high cuts, and then going down into a reverb. That pedal that you see lit there, don't know what that is actually. I've got a fucking clue. Get rid of it. And then a little bit of compression just to even shit out. So that's all that's turned on. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this thing here, this impedance thing, which only works on the guitar input. It eluded me for a very long time how to get the clean sound Brian May gets when he dials his volume back. Now, apparently, if you set it to auto, it will select the most appropriate input impedance for the first pedal in the chain, regardless of whether it's off or on. What I will tell you is this: they've got it wrong for the range master. Treble boosters require very low input impedance. It sounds to me like they've got it set at 1 megaohm when it's on auto. Now, if you leave it to its own devices, you will never, as long as my arsehole points south, be able to dial back the volume to get the clean sound. It just won't work. Something around 32k is the right input impedance for the range master, and it's the same for the Freya, and it's the same for the Catlinbread. You can even go down to 10, and it gives you a full linear sweep of your volume control. Up at 1 megaohm, it's just like an on and off switch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play through them all one by one, if you like. I'll tell you what I'm turning on and off in order to get the desired sounds as and when I do it. So the first thing that we're going to play through is going to be the range master. Yeah, the deranged master, or whatever it is they've called it. It's going to be the bridge and middle pickups in phase. So Brian May's normal, so it is stock sound. It's going to be my usual shit playing, which so excuse that. And what we'll do is we'll first do it on 32k. We will then change it to 1 megaohm, so you can hear the slight difference. And I'll roll the volume back just to give you an example of that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so that's it set to 1 megaohm. Sorry, to 32k. Now we'll set it to 1 megaohm. So it is got more about it, it's got more grit at 1 mega ohm, but you can't dial it back to a clean sound. So go back to 32k and set the guitar now for a cleanish sound. Now, what I'm going to do is the same thing, and then I'll switch it to 1 mega ohm, and it'll instantly distort. Now I'll attempt to get to clean this up. That's as close as I can get it to clean. And there is no treble left in the volume control at all. It's literally maybe the last 5% of the volume. So if you're thinking about it mid-playing, you've got no chance of trying to get that to, you know, that clean sound, if that's your thing and you don't want to do it via foot switches, the traditional route as Brian May, if you like. So back to 32k now. And now let's go to the Freya pedal. So FX loops engaged, deranged masters off, staying on 32k, still on the bridge and middle. Let's have a listen. This is turned full up. The original didn't have a pot on it, but this does. But yeah, you have it full up, eh? Okay, 1 mega ohm. Back to 32k and the cleanish sound. Then 1 meg. Back to 32k. So that cleans up easier than, for me, my opinion is, cleans up easier than the deranged master on 32k again. There's more response with the volume control. Okay, so we shall now move on to the Catlinbread. So first thing I'm going to do is switch off the amp. Like that. Leave the cab simulation on. And just so you're aware, the controls are tone all the way up, volume midway, and the gain midway at the moment. And I'll turn it up full in a second. Okay, let's have a listen. So if we change the input impedance to 1 mega ohm, back to 32k, and just dial back the volume control. And again, if we change it to 1 mega ohm now, there's instantly more distortion and more gain being pushed into the front end, so it makes it impossible to clean it up with the volume pot. And lastly, just turn the gain up full on the Catlinbread, so you can have a little listen to what that sounds like. And this is on 32k. Put it on to 1 mega ohm. So very noisy, but bags again to be had. So those are just the, well, 3 different options I have anyway. But it was more to give you an example of how this impedance thing affects your ability to use the volume control. That's it, folks. Check you later.